All right, cool. So I wanted to ask you, where in the momentum process do you think you're at in your life?
Well, it depends because you have momentum in different areas, right? So in my business and my core business, I would say I'm in the maintaining to advancing momentum. But it's like I would not say I'm fully in the advancing momentum. Maybe some would say that because there's a lot that I don't have to do anymore and it takes on a life of its own. But I see until I'm impacting millions of lives, I'm not there yet. But so probably somewhere between maintaining and advancing. But it resets with every new endeavor, right? So as you know, I started getting aggressive in social media this last year. I'm very much in the creating momentum phase in that endeavor, right?
Sure.
So it's like it really is task specific, or every initiative, right? We have a podcast. We're building out our studio for that, like very much in the creating momentum phase. So very much depends. And then you have like relationships. Relationships go through that, right? There's creating momentum, and then there's maintaining momentum, and then there's advancing momentum. So it really depends on the area of life you're talking about.
What are you identifying in like the current marketplace with like entrepreneurship? If you were jumping back 10, 15 years, like do you think you'd be able to accomplish what you've accomplished, or do you think that the world has changed and it's harder to get started?
I think it's easier to get started than it ever has by like a massive margin. But where people are getting stuck is it's the target, or what it takes. The principles of success are timeless. The methodology is always evolving. And so there's a lot of people, they're stuck because they're unhappy with the way things are, and they're like, you can't even earn a living wage today. And that may be right if you're working hourly for someone else, but there's never been a better time to start a business. Right? Like you got 16-year-old kids making $100,000 in passive income a month.
But people say it's saturated. There's too many people out there, right?
Right, 8 billion people. I'm sure 8 billion people addressable market. It's saturated.
And I agree with you, but
Yeah.
I think that there's this like almost like a victim mentality where people.
That's nothing new. That's humanity, right? Like if you study history, it's one of the dynamics of human consciousness. The first stage everyone starts in, there's really 4 stages of consciousness. But first stage is life is happening to me. I'm at the effects of life. And most people drop in here not remembering their origin, and they're separate from their creator. And as a result, everything is happening to them. I'm at the effects of life. And some people will go lifetimes stuck in that phase. And they're very in victim mode. Everything is they see themselves as a victim. And that's very scary, because if you hang out as a victim long enough, you'll eventually become the perpetrator. Like just follow that path. When somebody feels like a victim long enough, they will eventually become the perpetrator, and they'll be justified. This is why principally, a lot of what I teach, I try to teach in structured, organized principles. When we react to error, we cause more error. And you see this historically over time. When we react in error, we cause more error. It's like the pendulum swings one way and then it comes flying back the other way. And so we got to get people out of victim mode. And you do that not by teaching people what to think, but teaching them how to think, how to look at their world. Stage 2 in consciousness is they move from life is happening to me to life is happening for me. That slight pivot opens up a whole different worldview. What is life trying to teach me right now? What is my opportunity right now?
Hey, thanks for checking out this short clip from the full podcast I did. If you want to see another clip, go ahead and click the link right here. Or if you want to see the full podcast, you can click the link right here and check it out.